Hey, family. I noticed these out in the yard, so I just went and picked a few. Look, oh, these were transplanted from my mom's yard in Fresno. Just reminding me of mother. Okay, in a few minutes, I'll put this in some water. But for now, let's just say hello. Happy today, happy today. What's going on? What you doing? The sun is shining. Actually, while I was out there, I started sweating a little bit. But I just wanted to um, I wanted to modify one of our patterns from class. So let's go ahead and open up um, pattern system. So of course, I have to share. I have to share. Let's see, share everything, right? Share everything. Let's minimize this stuff. Minimize, minimize. And let's open up the Tuka program by double clicking. Mm. There's not a lot of scent to these flowers, but there is a slight scent. It's like just, refreshing. Just reminds you of outdoors. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I have to get my memory stick. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold on. Let's see here. Okay, family, we're going to go ahead and modify this t-shirt that we did in one of our classes, and we're going to turn it into a sweatshirt. So for a sweatshirt, we're just going to extend the body out through the side, and also we're going to extend the body out through the shoulder. Then we're going to modify this armhole. It's a little deep. We're going to shallow it out, and then we're going to reduce some of the sleeve cap and most likely going to widen the sleeve and adjust the sleeve opening. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. First, we're going to go to Move Piece, get this neckband out of our way, and move over the sleeve a bit because I'm just going to go to multiple move. It's clear. I'm going to go to multiple move, and on both of these pieces, I'm going to get the bounding box around the side, the armhole, all the way through the shoulder. And I'm going to just say on my wide, I want to extend this out about 2 inches, because I'm really making this a wide sweatshirt. And I am going to, let's just measure our from our shoulder edge to the back neck and see how wide that is for a drop shoulder. That's just only 9 5/8, which is a 19 inch shoulder. That's not bad. We can come out a little bit more. So I think we'll come out another maybe 1/2 inch. This time I have to do it individually through the armhole um, and at the shoulder only. I'm going to come out on the Y 0.5, that's a 1/2 inch. I'm just shallowing out this armhole. What I did to the back there, I'm going to do to the front. I should still be in the function. Grab the points that I want, and I'm going to move it out a 1/2 inch, 0.5. I also, with multiple move, I'm going to drop my armhole because I know I want right now this armhole is probably about 8.5. Let's see. Pretty close, Cheryl. Um, so I'm going to drop the armhole maybe about 1 inch. So I'm going to grab all the points that I want to grab with multiple move, and I'm going to get that bounding box. And on the X axis, I'm going to say -1, and that drop my armhole. Going to do the same thing to the back, grab the points, my desired points, -1 inch, drops my armhole. And I think we came out maybe about 2 inches. I'm gonna take 2 inches off. I know we have used multiple move a lot, but this time we're gonna use move points. Move points. So what I'm gonna do is select move points. I'm going to select a point on one side, and I'm gonna See my tail there? I'm going to drag it to the other side. All the points that that I'm going to touch are going to move. And then I'm going to take the center at the grade point here, and I'm going to move this sleeve cap down about 2 inches because I am going to make more of a um, sweatshirt looking sleeve opposed to like a more set in sleeve or a higher sleeve cap. All right, so we know that we made I can also use that same move points I want to extend my muscle out. Um, because I dropped my armhole about what was it? An inch. So I'm gonna just move this out, just kind of move it out and get my numbers. So in the end, I want 1 inch. So I got 1 inch and 1 inch because it's taking the grade points. And let's see if I move this over a little bit. I have a grade point on the end and I have a grade point here. So I want them both to move out 1 inch. If you notice the red line, it'll let you see before you finish it out. And you can tell the computer to apply it or not. But I noticed I dropped down just a little bit. So on my X, I actually want these at 0. On the X, and then I'm going to apply that. And you see it's more straight, more straight. And I'm going to say, okay. See, the shape is starting to change on my sleeve. So I'm going to do the same thing here on this other side. I'm still in the function. Move it out about inch and want the X at 0. And the Y, see, it's a minus sign there. So I got to follow that. -1 and -1. Going to apply that. Uh-oh. This shape is getting a little funny because there is a point very close. So I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. I applied it. I'm going to say okay. And then I'm just going to modify. I can either just delete this point, excuse me, but I could delete it. And I'll show you. I'm going to touch it and delete. And that's pretty nice. But in the end, I'm going to shape this a little bit more. So I want a curve point there. So I'm going to undo that. And I'm just simply, to keep the point, I'm going to go to move point. And why do I have my, y'all tell me, why do I have my tools on small here? Let's adjust that. Tools, customize large buttons for me while I'm working here. Okay. And so what else do I need to do for this particular sweatshirt that I'm going to make? Oh yeah, it's actually going to be a bell sleeve, So I'm going to adjust my sleeve. I'm going to adjust my seam allowance also because I'm changing from a hemmed to a raw edge sweatshirt. So I'm going to put 0.62. I like to keep I don't like to keep my, I got to add point. Let me zoom up. Let me make sure I'm catching the right point. 0.062. No turn back, no turn back. Okay, that. So look, since I dropped down my sleeve cap, the wording is now on the outside of the piece. I want it on the inside of the piece, so we're going to go to move internal. Move internal, just get that word and put it back inside your piece. You can move anything on the inside of the piece with move internal. So I said so on half of this line here, my underarm sleeve, I'm going to add no grade, no curve. I'm going to add a point and I'm going to put it halfway, distance halfway. I'm going to say, okay. Maybe I'll put 2 because it's going to start curving a little bit. So because I want a bell sleeve. So I'm going to add below that point. I'm just gonna, wherever it lands, it's fine. I'm gonna add a curve. Then I'm going to extend this out for a bell. I'm going to add a couple of points to get some shape. So that first one, I don't, no grade, no curve. And then I'm going to add the curve point in here. I'm gonna okay that. Now I'm going to swing out my sleeve with move point, move point. I'm gonna swing out my sleeve hem, start shaping that to the shape that I want for a bell sleeve. This one is a curve. And I want this to come out a little bit. Okay, so it gives me a bell sleeve. Now I want to bring the muscle in just a little bit. So I'm going to just add a curve point, no particular measurement. And then I'm going to go move point. I'm just going to shape this in to how I want my sleeve to shape. I don't want it too pointy up at the top area, but I want it just to blend slightly. Think I need to move this up about a ½ inch minus, so at distance there, 0.5. And I'm starting to get some shape. See, it's starting to look like a bell. Now, I don't have to do all that to this side. I'm just simply going to select tool, clear my function. I'm going to grab from the center, grade point at the hem to the underarm. I'm going to go to segment, segment length. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I want segment copy. That's what I want. I want to copy. And then I get the little chart here of what I have highlighted. Since I want it on this opposite side, I have to flip it, and I flip it in the direction that I want it to go. So I'm going to flip it on the Y. And then there's also a little red X that comes up to let you know that's your start point. So the start point is on this end, and we always have to still go clockwise. So I have to actually start over here. So I just put a start point, and it will change to the other side. Now I'm going to highlight where I want this to copy to, the segment to copy to, and I'm going to tell it to copy proportional. And then there it is. So notice that when I did that, a seam allowance followed. So I'm just going to adjust that. Uh-oh, sorry. Cancel. I want to just, and I just take it all the way. And I want this at 0.062. I'm going to apply that. Okay. So there is my, there's my sleeve. Oh, and on the body, I just wanted to flare my body out just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and delete these notches on the side because I don't want it to impede from what I'm doing, because I just want to take that straight line out about 1 inch. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to say, excuse me, not point, it's just 1 inch. I'm going to do the other side. I mean, excuse me, do the back. 1 inch. Okay. Uh-oh, went the wrong way. So undo, undo. So what did I do? Multiple move, grab that. Oh, I selected the X. I needed the Y, 1 inch. Okay. And then I'm going to add a couple of points. Well, I'm just messing up today. I'm in move point, cancel that. I want to add point. That's because my client is on the way and trying to do this before she got here. And actually, she's not my client. She's actually my student. So yeah, I do training, personal training on the weekends. Personal training with By Sheryl Lynn on the weekends. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna add, I think I had a curve point there. Oh, also on the shoulder, just add a point because the computer will want to ask the question or set a point down. So instead of doing all that, I'm just going to add the point there myself. Doesn't have to be in a particular place. Now I'm going to go to fullness. And I'm going to go from the hem where I want the fullness to open to the up to the shoulder where I added the point. And I'm going to add in maybe 1.5 inches and see how it swung out. I'm going to do that to this side. I just wanted a little fullness. Setting is already there. So I'm going to say okay. And I have a neckband. I think I want to drop this neck just a bit. So I'm going to grab the points that I want to drop it maybe 1 inch, -1. And then just shape it a little bit here. Just, it's your design. Shape it how you like. Okay. Not bad, not bad. And I think my back neck is okay. Now I'm going to remove the points that ended up on the shoulder. Delete. Just touch and delete. Touch and delete. And of course, I see this word about to hang off a little bit. Just going to move it a little bit. And I had some movement of the pattern with swinging it out. And then this will, oh, since I modified my, excuse me, modified my neck, I'm just going to say about the center front, I'm going to move it out just -1 inch, and that gives me a longer neckband. Yep. And since this is now a new style, and if I want to change the color of my piece, I'm going to go to colors. I'm going to go to materials. I'm going to say myself is, get rid of the self and some of the blue here. And apply. Something like that. Okay, that. Edit, arrange, work area. And see, my client is coming. So I'm going to finish this out. Maybe I have to get on the other computer, finish this out while she's here. I keep saying client, she's my student. Okay, okay, let me get this done here. And let's say rename it. We have to say file, save as. I'm just going to save it in this area. We're going to call it the, take this heading here, By Sheryl Lynn. Sweat shirt. I'm just gonna name it that. My client is about, keep saying client. My student's about to come in, so I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna rename it to the proper name uh when she gets settled in. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably end up getting on the other computer so I can watch what she's doing and work on this at the same time. Okay, then. Yeah. So I'll be back. I'll be back. All right. Okay, look. So I'm back and I graded this sweatshirt and I modified the sleeve. I wanted to do the bell sleeve. That was the point to making this sweatshirt for Nikita Sean. I also went ahead and let me open up the pant. So I made the bell sweat pant. Save changes, yes. And I already graded it. And I actually just plotted it out. So maybe tomorrow I'll cut this style out. And of course, I'll let you see how it comes out. And all that hair back there, that's Ricky. Not too much. All right, family. Until next time. Later. Bye. Hey, it's been a little hard for me to get started working today because it's so beautiful outside. I'm just staring out the outdoor and in and out the house and in one room and into another. But anyway, I have this fabric. I got this fabric. It's a company that I have previously been freelancing for, has closed last week. And so I got a couple of these sweat samples for my sisters. So I knew that Melanie, Elisa, and Cheryl could just not show up in this veiled sleeve sweat set. So I made a pattern for Nikita Shine yesterday, actually. That was yesterday. So I told myself I was going to get out here and cut it this morning and all that. I ain't did nothing. So I'm gonna cut it now. I'm going to cut it now. Before the sun go down. It should be cut. All right. Bye. Later. Okay, so we are going to start with the... We'll start with the pant. Pant. Okay. All right, it's cut out, and the sun is still shining, see? All right, going in the house. Gotta come back and close the garage to the other. So I have to cut this label off before I can, not label, but here, what is it called? Hang tag. Before I can put it in the washer. All right, going into the washer. All right, got it done.